In many battle royale games, including Call of Duty Warzone, shotguns are a great choice for close quarters combat and crowd control. However, some shotguns are obviously better than others. So here's a ranking on all Warzone shotguns, worst to best, featuring RadicalQuail and AsianQuail. The worst shotgun on our list by far, and number 6, is the VLK Rogue. It is horrible. Its damage is very low and it has a slow fire rate, which especially compared to the Origin 12 or R90, which also have the edge on it in damage. So one thing this gun has going for it is its mobility, being very snappy and fast in terms of movement speed. However, when trying to make this gun usable with better attachments, the mobility goes away due to the attachments hurting its both movement speed and aim down sight speed for extra range. Overall, even with the new Dragon's Breath rounds, I would not recommend this VLK Rogue. Here are some attachments so you can see how to make it slightly better. Okay, for the VLK Rogue, I'd have a Forged Tackle Marauder, which is a suppressor and choke combined, the VLK Czar barrel to make its range manageable, 5mW laser to reduce that pellet spread, XRK race grip to make it more accurate and have faster aim on sight speed, and Dragon's Breath rounds so they can slowly burn away, just like your soul when you try to use this gun. Next up on the list, and number 5, is the Model 680. This pump action shotgun is arguably the best shotgun for multiplayer, Modern Warfare multiplayer, as it has a good one-shot kill range. However, in Warzone, that one-shot kill is extended to 3, 4, or even 5 shots. This, accompanied by its slow rate of fire, makes it overall a bad gun. Also, the Dragon's Breath rounds do not help it as much as it should, and are overall a waste of the attachment slot. However, what this gun boasts is a good headshot damage multiplier and a wide range of customizability to configure this gun to whatever you want. For the Model 680, I use Novastock to make it faster because it's one of the slowest shotguns, 5mW laser to tighten the pellet spread, the longer barrel with the extra choke capacity, the 30-inch XRK 30-inch sport. It also tightens the pellet spread. You want to tighten the pellet spread as much as possible, by the way. And the Forged Tackle Marauder because it tightens the pellet spread. It also suppresses your weapon so you're not seeing the radar, and it acts like a choke. Sleight of hand is important because this gun has a very slow reload because it's a pump action shotgun. You have to load each bullet one by one, or cartridge. So yeah, that helps a lot. If you really want to, you can switch the 5mW laser to the 1mW if you don't want to be exposed. But yeah, that's my Model 680 costs.
Okay, coming in at number 4, as you see on the screen, it's the Origin 12. Now this might be a little bit controversial because I see a ton of people talking about how it's, arguably the best gun in Warzone, and I really just do not agree with that. Me and AsianQuail, we don't agree with that at all. We think it's not that good. Like, I played probably like 4 games with it. I've used it before in multiplayer many times. But I've played a few games in it in Warzone, and it just wasn't that good. I played like 4 games, Plunder, Battle Royale. No, it wasn't that good. I was getting like 5 to 6 kills a game. With the other shotguns, I was getting like 8 or more. So, yeah, I don't think it's that great. I think it's really overrated, in my opinion. I haven't seen any like lists of the best Warzone shotguns recently, so I could be wrong. But from what I saw before, when I used it, it was just really bad. Honestly, it wasn't that great. Way better than the VLK in the model though. So it's coming in at 4th place. Alright, here we got the Origin 12's attachments. So we got the choke, very useful, tighter pellet spread and everything. And we got, for the barrel, we got the tack precision, damage range, and tighter pellet spread, very useful. ADS speed on this one for the tack laser, very good. And then recoil control and ADS. I love the ADS on this gun, makes it 10 times better in my opinion. And then more ADS speed here. So those are the Origin 12 attachments. Okay, the 3rd place shotgun might surprise you guys just a little bit. Alright, we got the 725. So the 725 I feel is really good in Warzone and super underrated. If you hit your shots, if you ADS and you hit your shots, which are pretty easy to hit your shots, it's a 2-shot kill from full health. It is really good in some scenarios. You do have to be kind of close to people, but it's a laser if you're good with it. Yeah, I'd suggest it. Honestly, I think it's really underrated. Never really see people talking about it compared to some of the other ones. But yeah, I really like it, and you should definitely try it out. It's a lot better from the games I've played than the Origin 12, and I had really high hopes for that gun because people were always talking about how it's so good in Warzone. But I way prefer the 725 if I'm being honest. I feel like every shotgun, this gun and below is really good, and you should try them out. The next two are definitely better than the 725. Alright, for the 725 we got first of all we got the choke, a need for about almost every shotgun, tighter pellet spread and damage range, very useful. This barrel, same thing, and then the tack laser, ADS speed is super important for this shotgun especially. You need to hit your shots with it. Recoil control, more ADS speed, that's a need, and then more ADS speed. Yeah, 725, in my opinion at least, you really need to aim down sights just to make it way more accurate, because you can two-hit people in Warzone if you're at a pretty close range and you ADS. So those are the attachments for the 725. Alright, coming in at number 2, we got the R90. The R90 is so good. It is really good. I did not realize how good it was until I played a bunch of games of Plunder with it. I knew it was good, and I've used it before, but oh my gosh, it was so good. There's this one game where I had about like 16 kills with it in Plunder, but sadly that footage got corrupted, so I had to use like I don't know how many kills I had on this game, but still, bro, it was so good. So you might be wondering, there's only 5 shotguns in the game, so why are there 6 here? And you are going to see what number 1 is in a second, and it might surprise you, it might not. So yep, coming in at number 2, the R90. If you haven't tried it before, try it out. It's a beast. Here we got the R90 attachments. They're a little bit different than most of the normal shotgun attachments, so here they are. So we got the monolithic suppressor, damage range, sound suppression, very useful. This barrel is very good. Tighter pellet spread and damage range is pretty helpful for about all shotguns. And then the tack laser, ADS speed, very important. And then recoil control and ADS speed for the Merc foregrip, definitely a need. And then more ADS speed. I like the ADS, obviously, with the R90, so I'd suggest you guys do the same. It looks really good for me, especially in Warzone. So yeah, those are the attachments for the R90.
Unsurprisingly, the best shotguns, or arguably the best close-range weapon, is actually not a shotgun. It's the dual revolvers or dual .357s with the snake shot ammunition. Even though you're using shotgun ammo, you are still using pistol ammo, so you can have 150 reserve ammo, and you already spawn with some, so you're not going to run out of ammo with these things. They also have a super tight pellet spread, and a usual 2 and even 1 shot kill. And you have 2 of the revolvers. It's very easy to hit people, and the pellet spread's pretty tight. But if you prefer wider pellet spreads, you can do that too with the different barrels. And yeah, here are some attachments for these things that really need to be nerfed urgently. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe. And this is the most overpowered gun in the game's, or at least shotgun in the game's class. Of course, we have to run akimbo and snake shot, those are just standard. Some people like to run 1 milliwatt laser because it still tightens the pellet spread or hip fire accuracy, but it doesn't do it as well as the green ones, and it helps your sprint to fire speed on the green one too. You might be seeing, but if you're already shooting it at them, you're seeing out of it already, so who cares. The long barrel, just so you can hit people from surprisingly far away. And I use the lightweight trigger instead of the match grade trigger because this actually depletes your hipfire accuracy and pellet spread. So make sure to use this trigger. Alright. And yeah, that's my class for the dual 3.57 snake shots.